had to open the hood to get up there, though. You don't have on top of the hood.
I have. It wasn't a great idea. Keep my had jeans on, so it was good for the storm, but not. But after that, I was not good.
Getting down.
It would be a remedy. The first idea was to the time until I was up there. It's like, okay, how am I getting down? Because Okay, great, great.
I'm the stepdad, I just want.
Yes, right, and I don't want them to distract Seth, but yeah.
You guys can move on.
Good morning. It's a morning. Okay.
You guys can fill in the rows up there. No, just fill it in. Well, we only have about 40 people.
We'll start on page 188. Top of the page. How good it is to be together. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to say that again. You're just going to repeat these words back to me. It's an easy call and response. Shabbat Shalom. That's what I'm talking about. It's a delight to welcome you back, especially if this is your first time you're ever with us. How wonderful it is that brothers and sisters can come to dwell together in harmony. That's the words of Hine Matov, which we just sang. Throughout the service today, I encourage you to be participants, not just observers. We'll call out all the pages. We'll read a lot in English and a lot in Hebrew. All the Hebrew is transliterated as well as translated, so you'll know what you're saying and what the words are. And if you want to sing with us and just say "lai, lai, lai," that's beautiful as well. How wonderful it is that we can be together today to celebrate Shabbat, to celebrate Bar Mitzvah. This is Cantor Jacob Nami. My name is John Kaiser. I'm the rabbi here. And it's with that, I delight inviting the father of our Bar Mitzvah, Justin Yampolsky, up to offer Seth his talit, his sacred prayer shawl on this day. Oh, no, let him say the blessing first. Hold on. Right here. Hold it right like that. That's an awesome talit. All right. Hold this wide.
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehitatef b'tzitzit.
All right, Joanna, now we
Amen. Love this talit. I give you that a big hug.
I invite you to turn to page 185, and Roni will read at the top of the page.
We're good. I told him they were here. If you want to.
I enter this sacred space to voice the longings of my heart in prayer. In sacred company, I offer my love to the Holy One. I devote myself this morning to psalm and song, study and prayer. May my heart be lifted, may my thoughts be deepened, and may my soul like the eagle soar.
Please turn to page 190. Please turn to page 192 for Ma Tovu.
Atovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Atovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov,
Ani berol kasecha avo veitecha eshachave el heichal kodeshecha ve'iratecha atovu ohalecha Yaakov ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Israel atovu ohalecha Yaakov ohalecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Israel.
Please turn to page 196 and read with me. My God, the soul you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God, and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biyado nefesh kol chai veruach kol basar ish. We continue with the prayers, thanking God for everyday life. We will alternate chanting the blessings on the right-hand side of pages, beginning on page 198. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lesachvi vina, lechachin ben yomu ve'layla.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokev kefufim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish harumim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanotein layaev koach.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ha'amavir sheina me'enai, utnuma me'afapai.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tselem Elohim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'zivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah.
Amen.
Please read with me on page 206. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people,
but the study of Torah encompasses them all.
We continue on page 224 with the Chatzi Kaddish. I invite you to rise. Yitkadal vayitkadosh Shemei Rabbah
Amen.
Be'alma divera chirute V'yamlich malchute B'chayechon Uvyomechon Uchaye dechol Beit Yisrael Bagala Uvizman Kariv Veimeru Amen Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mivarach Le'alam Ulalmei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yit'aleh V'yithalal Shemei Dekudshah
Richu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shamr
Shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'imeru. Amen.
Please turn to page 226.
Yala lai lai lai, 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 yala lai lai lai. Baruchu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yala lai lai lai, 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 yala lai lai lai.
Page 229. You are praised who rolls out the rough, raw clay of the universe into delicate vessels of light, and from nothing at all, we could perceive in a world that has turned old, a shimmering new creation right before our eyes, made this moment just for us. How much of life reveals your presence, how much of Torah unfolds from each new flower, from each new wave that breaks upon the sea. You are praised, who forms from the clay that cloaks our lives, the delicate vessels which contain our light. Baruch atah Adonai
Yotzer HaMeorot.
I invite you to turn to page 231. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said, and light blinded we saw, that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries. Your light moving before us as we climbed, fell back, and climbed again. Your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai
Habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Page 232.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We continue on page 234. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. We continue on page 239. Emet, there is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Emet, that pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the soul's passion, guided our sacred way. True and endearing is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice. We continue on page 240. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. שיר החדשה שיבחו גאונים, לשמך על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי, יאי לי 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 לי. צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדי חינומך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We continue on page 242. As we begin the tefillah, we will chant together through page 248. I invite you to rise. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Hasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Ata Rav Le'Oshia, Meshiv HaRuach U'Marid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Ravim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman ata l'chachayot hakol, Baruch ata Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו, מדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue on page 250.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. מקדשי שביעי שבת, כולם יספרו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat v'hashvi'i ratzita bo v'kidasho Shabbat emdad yamin oto karata Shabbat yismechu v'manechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat yismechu v'manechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Zecher l'masei, l'masei v'reishit Shabbat Zecher l'masei, l'masei v'reishit Shabbat Yismechu v'manechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat Yismechu v'manechutecha Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat.
We continue on page 252. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest. Sanctify us with your mitzvot, and grant us a share in your Torah. Satisfy us with your goodness, and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai, our God, grant us your holy Shabbat as a heritage. May Israel, who sanctifies your name, rest on Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. We continue the Amidah silently through page 260. This also marks the opportunity for a few moments of personal prayer.
You're still offering quiet prayers, you're certainly welcome to continue. But we'll join together otherwise with a prayer for peace, bottom of page 260. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen.
We've reached what's part of our service that is called in Hebrew Seder Kriyat HaTorah. In English, the section of reading of the Torah, which in a moment we will take our Torah, which is our most sacred symbol of the Jewish people. Really the most important thing we have that has stayed with us for hundreds of generations, and we will put it in Seth's hands. And he will walk it out into the community as a symbol of honor of this day. When he does so, you can take your hand or your prayer book and you can just touch the Torah as you walk by, as he walks by. You can do this whether you're Jewish or not. And then he'll come back up here and he'll offer interpretations and read from our most sacred scroll. And as Jews, we live in community, so we like to surround our Bar Mitzvah with people that care and love him. So therefore, for the honor of opening the ark, we invite forward the uncle and the grandmother of our Bar Mitzvah, Harris Yampolsky and Lois Yampolsky. In the honor of undressing the Torah, we invite forward the siblings of our Bar Mitzvah, Aiden Yampolsky and Abigail Roney. And we invite forward the parents of our Bar Mitzvah, Justin Yampolsky and Austin Roney. And we ask you all to please rise. We are on page 362.
Ein kamocha Elohim Adonai ve'ein kemasecha Malchutcha malchut kol olamim Umemshaltecha bechol dor vador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom L'dor vador nagid golecha L'dor vador we protect this chain from generation to generation L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name. Page 366. You start us off, we'll join you. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai Tiuneromima Shemo Yachdav, Lecha Adonai hagedula ve'hagevura ve'hatiferet ve'hanetzach ve'hahod ki chol bashamayim u'va'aretz ki chol bashamayim u'va'aretz Lecha Adonai hamamlacha ve'aminaseh lechol rosh Romimu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ar kodsho Romimu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ar kodsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romimu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romimu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho Romimu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romimu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romimu
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our Torah portion this morning is Noach. It tells the story of a man who lived in a world that had lost its way, a world so filled with corruption, greed, and cruelty that God decided to begin again. In the midst of that darkness, there was one person who still listened, Noah. The Torah describes Noah as a righteous man, blameless in his generation, who walked with God. When God commanded him to build an ark, he did not question or argue. He simply began to build, plank by plank. Even while others mocked him, it took faith to keep building something no one else believed in. Faith to prepare for a storm that hadn't yet come. When the rains finally fell and the flood covered the earth for 40 days and nights, Noah's faith became the bridge between destruction and renewal. And when the waters receded, God made a covenant, a sacred promise, that he would never again destroy the world by flood. As a sign of this eternal promise, God set a rainbow in the sky, a reminder that mercy and light always follow the storm. But the story of Noah is not just about survival. It's about partnership with the divine. God could have rebuilt the world alone. Instead, he called upon Noah to take part, to use his own hands to build the ark, to gather and protect life. This reminds us that while God may not have any physical hands on earth, he works through ours. When we act with kindness, when we serve, when we help another person, we become the hands of God. Noah answered that call by saving the living world. In our time, we are asked to answer it through compassion, justice, and care for one another. For my mitzvah project, I volunteered at the Ronald McDonald House, preparing snacks for the volunteers on their appreciation day. At first, it seemed simple, just making food, but as I watched the volunteers serving families whose children were in the hospital, I realized something deeper. Those volunteers were like Noah in their own way. They were creating a shelter of love in the middle of someone else's flood, a place of warmth and care when everything else felt uncertain. By helping to care for those who give so much, I learned that even the smallest act, a smile, a meal, a thank you, can ripple outward and help sustain others. It reminded me that we don't have to wait for something extraordinary to happen in order to be extraordinary. Every time we lift someone up, we help fulfill God's promise to bring light back into the world. In the story of Breshit, which my brother read for his bar mitzvah, humanity first learned the difference between good and evil, the weight of divine knowledge. In Noach, we learn what to do with that knowledge, to choose God even when evil seems easier, and to act as the hands of God in a world that still needs healing. When we see suffering, we are called to build. When we see injustice, we are called to speak. When we see darkness, we are called to bring light, just as God did in the beginning, just as Noah did with his faith. Each of us has an ark to build. It may not be made out of wood or pitch, but of kindness, generosity, and courage. The world will always have storms, but if we use our hands for good, if we act as God's partners, we can make sure that after every storm, there is still a rainbow, a reminder that hope always returns. May we all find the courage to listen like Noah, to build like Noah, and to bring God's light into the world through the work of our own hands. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Seth, that's a really beautiful interpretation of the Torah portion that you just gave. I really appreciate this idea that we are God's partners, right? And if we think about ourselves as like partners, and what is the power that we have within our own actions, and certainly the power that you demonstrated through your bar mitzvah, but through your volunteering and your connection, like what an amazing challenge for each of us to think about, like how would we approach the world differently if we were really God's partners? Certainly something that will be sitting with me the rest of the day and beyond, and I think hopefully is a good challenge for others. If we approach ourselves as partners, what's the responsibility that we have? Bar mitzvah is all about responsibility. The responsibilities that you have to community, and certainly you epitomize what that looks like through your Devar Torah. Really beautiful interpretation. So thank you for offering that for our community.
You're welcome.
As Seth said, he's going to be reading from Parashat Noah. Each week we read a new section of Torah. And the section that Seth is reading is from the very beginning of the book of Genesis, Parashat Noah, the story that we know of the great flood upon civilization. And he'll be reading from our ancient text, and we will invite forward. Actually, if you want to follow along with it, there's another blue book right in the hallway. Don't be bashful. If you want to follow along, you can go get it. It's on page 57. If you just want to sit here and listen to him chant, that's fine too. But we will surround him with people that love him. And for the Aliyah, the first blessing before the Torah, we'll invite forward the uncle and the grandmother of our bar mitzvah, Lois Yampolsky and Harris Yampolsky.
אקרא לעמו לאה את בת מוישה ולייבל ורחל ואלי בנימין בן אהרון ברוך ולאה את לעלייה לתורה.
Baruch.
Oh, no, so you're going to open this. Seth, will you show your grandma where and your uncle where you're starting the chant from? I'm going to take your time. I'm just going to touch it right on there.
I told her, no, hold on. I think we got a little bit off center. Yeah, we're a little bit off center. There we go.
So you're going to take this, you're going to go just like that, okay? Just your grandma. All right, then it goes
Baruch Adonai Hamvara.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvara Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher Baruch Harvanu Mikol Ha'amin. B'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Moten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ele toldot Noach, Noach, ish tzadik, tamim haya bedorotav, et ha'elohim hitalech Noach, Vayoled Noach Shlosha Vanim et Shem et Cham v'et Yafet Vatishachet haaretz lifnei Elohim Vatimale haaretz Chamas Vayar Elohim et haaretz v'hinei nishchata ki hishchit kol basar et darko al haaretz.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan v'tokenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Big hugs for Seth. And then you're just going to go stand right on the other side. For the next aliyah, the next blessing before the Torah, we invite for the parents of our Bar Mitzvah, Austin Roni and Justin Yampolsky.
Ekra la'amod Ashira Yafit bat Avraham v'Sara v'Yakov Tzvi ben Aharon Baruch v'Leah Eta le'aliyah l'Torah.
Baruch Adonai Havarayam.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarayam. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar Ramot Mamim v'natananu el Baruch Atah Adonai notei haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Elohim lenoach Kate kol basar ba lefanai ki mala haaretz chamas mipneihem v'hineni mashchitam et haaretz aseh lecha tevat atze gofer kinim ta'aseh et hateva v'chafarta ota mi bait umichut bakofer v'zeh asher ta'aseh ota shalosh me'ot ama orech hateva chamishim ama rochba ushlishim ama komata Zohar ta'aseh lateva ve'el ama techalena milmala ufetach hateva b'tzidat ta'asim tachtim ushlishim shniyim ushlishim ta'aseha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natanu lanu Torah ha'emet v'yatnu olam nata v'demnu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Hugs.
Sweeties.
Our third aliyah this morning is the aliyah, the blessing, and the reading of our Bar Mitzvah. After this moment, Seth has the honor and the obligation to offer this prayer in many Jewish moments, holidays, Shabbat, other important Jewish moments. It's therefore, as he does this blessing for the first time, we ask you all to please rise.
Na la'amod, na la'amod, na la'amod, label shet ben Yaakov, tzvi ve'ashira yafit, kebar mitzvah, le'aliyah le'torah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'na'atan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Va'ani hineni mevi et hamabul maim al haaretz l'shachet kol basar asher bo ruach chaim mitachat hashamayim kol asher ba'aretz yigva Vahakimoti et briti itach uvata el hateva ata uvanecha ve'ishtecha uneshevanecha itach umikol chachai mikol basar Shnaim mikol tavi el hateva lechachayot itach zachar unekeva iyu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. I like all the hugging, you know, it's like families from Philadelphia, I didn't think they knew how to hug, so it's nice that people here have the ability to hug. You can have a seat. We invite forward Ronnie Epen to offer the prayer for the United States of America on page 376.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen. We offer our prayer for healing on page 371. In the middle of the page, if you're praying for someone in need of healing, or if you're just thinking of someone in need of healing, renewal of body, renewal of spirit, I invite you to share their name out loud if you'd like, so we can add them to our prayer. For all the names we said out loud, the names in our heart, we sing our prayer.
Misheberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach sheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We lift and we dress our Torah, and then we offer a parental blessing to our Bar Mitzvah. We invite forward Aiden Yampolsky, Justin Yampolsky, and Austin Roney. And we ask you all to please rise. All right, buddy. Bend your knees, okay?
Vizot HaTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Israel al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Ya la la lai lai lai, ya la la lai lai lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai lai lai, ya la la lai lai lai, ya la la lai lai lai. Ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai lai lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai lai lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai lai lai, ya la lai lai lai, ya la lai 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 lai, ya la lai lai lai. Ya la la lai lai lai, ya la la lai lai lai, ya la lai 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 lai. We may be seated, friends.
All right, look at your parents in the eye.
Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today to celebrate this milestone in Seth's life. It means the world to our family that you're here to share in this moment, not just to witness his bar mitzvah, but to surround him with love, faith, and community that helps shape who he is and who he will become. Seth's story has always been special from the very beginning. Like a true Virgo, he arrived exactly on time, right when he was meant to be. He was born on the second day of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, a time of renewal, reflection, and divine intention. And on the 8th day of his life, his bris took place on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year. That day, calls were made throughout Kansas City and even beyond as rabbis and leaders discussed what should be done. And it was ultimately decided that his covenant with God, his entry into the Jewish family and faith, was the most important act of the day. The Moil even broke several of the traditional restrictions of Yom Kippur to welcome Seth into the covenant of Abraham. From his very first days, Seth's life has been intertwined with sacred purpose, a reminder that some souls arrive already walking in step with faith and meaning. Seth, today marks such an important step in your journey. The moment when you begin to step out of childhood and into a life where you begin to make your own choices, guided by your heart, your wisdom, and your faith. From the time you were small, you had such a unique way of seeing the world. You notice details that others miss, and you approach things with a thoughtfulness that shows your deep intelligence and care. You think like a builder, not just of things, but of ideas and possibilities. You see how pieces fit together, and you have a quiet creativity that brings order and beauty wherever you focus your mind. You're dependable in a way that is rare. When someone asks for your help, you don't hesitate, you just do it. You're steady, reliable, grounded, and those qualities will carry you far in life. You've shown again and again that your heart leads with kindness, and that's something I hope you always hold on to. One of my favorite memories of you, one that truly captures your character, happened when your older brother was having a hard time with a friend. Without anyone asking, you reached out and texted that friend directly. You told him, "Leave my brother alone. This is Seth." You stood up for someone you love without thinking twice. That moment told me everything I needed to know about your heart, your loyalty, your courage, your quiet strength. It's something I see again and again in the way you look out for your younger brother and sister, the way you include others, and the way you naturally protect the people you love. There is a teaching from Masar that I think fits you very well, Savalant, which means patience and calm endurance. It reminds us that strength does not always have to be loud or bold. Sometimes it is in the quiet persistence to keep showing up, to keep doing what's right, even when no one is watching. I see this in you, and I hope you continue to nurture it. As you step into this new chapter of your life, I also want to tell you something important about our relationship. Up until now, I've been your parent with rules, some structure, and maybe a little direction. And that will still be true. But from this moment on, I also hope to become something more, a trusted advisor, someone you can turn to not just for answers, but for conversation, for support, for partnership as you grow into an incredible person you are meant to be. I hope that as you continue to mature, we will grow not only as family, but as friends. You are entering an age where you will begin to make choices that define your character and your future. And I want you to remember this. You were made in the image of God. The same divine spark that created the stars and the oceans live within you. That spark is your intuition, that quiet inner voice that nudges you towards what is right. God gave you free will and wisdom. Listen to the advice of others, seek good counsel, but never hand over your power to decide. Weigh advice carefully, pray, think deeply, talk things through, and then choose what feels aligned with both your heart and with God. As your mother, my prayer for you is simple but profound, that your life be filled with love, joy, kindness, integrity, success, and purpose. That you will grow into a man who honors truth, who protects what is sacred, and who lives with compassion for others. I hope you always know that you are never alone, that you are surrounded by a family who loves you beyond measure, and that will carry you with a legacy of faith, courage, and love that will go wherever you go. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God lift his face towards you and give you peace. Seth, we love you deeply. Mazel tov, my son, on this day and always.
Amen.
I'm gonna try to get through this better than I did for Aiden. what can I say? You're a Bar Mitzvah boy, but you're also a Bar Mitzvah man. Your mom and I couldn't be more proud of you. You've been growing exponentially, as well as maturing. You're becoming the young man that we knew you could be. I cannot wait to go on this journey with you. This journey is going to be incredible. It's going to be awesome. You were just above and beyond what we knew you could be. At this point, at 13, you're way more mature than I was at 13. You're social, you show empathy, thank you, and you have emotional intelligence. It's truly astonishing what you become. Seeing you grow has been fantastic. I love what I see, and I can't wait for you to achieve all the goals that you want to achieve. I wish Pop-Pop were here to see this, but he's watching from above. Always stay who you are. I love you.
We rise and return the Torah to the Ark, page 374.
Yahallelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado, hodo al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren amo, tehila lechol chasidav, livnei Israel, Am kerovo, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Please read with me on page 375.
We read together on page 375. When Torah entered the world, freedom entered it. The whole Torah exists only to establish peace. Its highest teaching is love and kindness. What is hateful to you, do not do to any person. That is the whole Torah. All the rest is commentary. Go and learn it. Those who study Torah are the true guardians of civilization, honoring one another, doing acts of kindness, and making peace. These are our highest duties. But the study of Torah is equal to them all because it leads to them all. Let us learn in order to teach. Let us learn in order to do. Ki lekach tov natzati lachem torati al ta'azovu. Eitz chaim hi hamachazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar. Racheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva chadesh Yameinu Chadesh ימינו כקדם.
The cantor and I are going to offer Seth a private blessing at this time. You can think of the words of blessing you want to offer him after the service.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and may God keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's light shine upon you and shine through you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
That wherever you go, wherever life's journeys take you, may you be given the gift of peace. Amen.
Amen.
Aleinu is on page 586.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגופי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Page 591. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
With all the joy of the day and the joy of family coming together, the joy of Bar Mitzvah, we turn to our prayer of memory, which is on page 598. Our Bar Mitzvah family, in this joyous moment, specifically remembers Carrie Bivens Grimmer, Sarah Rudsnitsky, Eric Amundsen, Sharon Long, Aviva Solomon, Ray Zeenberg, Doris and Willie Majet, and Seth's grandfather, Barry Yampolsky, who passed away recently. If you're thinking of somebody else who's no longer with us and want to share their name out loud, I invite you to do so at this time. We'll say words of Kaddish together. Yitkadal
ויתקדש שמי רבה, Ve'alma divrach chirutech ve'amlich malchutech. V'chayechon uvyomechon u'v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'gala u'vizman kari ve'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevarach le'alam ul'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekusha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. Amen.
May the one who brings harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say Amen.
Amen.
We'll sing our closing song, page 657, our prayer of peace and wholeness here and everywhere.
Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Before we let you celebrate, just take your seat for one more moment. Seth, we need you up here. Gabe, we need you up here as well. We have a couple gifts for Seth and a couple presentations. Right in the microphone, guys.
Mazel tov, Seth. You did a great job today. I'm Gabe. I'm the programming vice president on the Maddie Youth Group Board. Maddie, which stands for Madtown Temple Youth, is Temple Bethel's high school youth group. I love Maddie because it connects me to other Jewish teens in the community, and I gain awesome new friends. On behalf of Maddie, I want to say congratulations on becoming a Bar Mitzvah. I hope that you will stay involved in youth programming here at Temple Bethel for years to come. Now, you aren't quite old enough to hang out with the high schoolers yet, but you can still participate in Muddy, Temple's junior youth group. It'll give you a taste of leadership in the Jewish community, and it'll prepare you for Maddie when you're in high school. On behalf of your special day, here's a Maddie water bottle to remind you we look forward to you joining our family. Mazel tov.
Awesome. Thank you, Gabe. Put this in here. Seth, we have a couple other gifts for you from the synagogue and from your community. A mezuzah, which is an awesome way to put a doorpost on your house, wherever the doors you may walk through in the future. A book about the Torah portion called Text Messages, and also a gift from your B'nai Mitzvah cohort. There's a certificate of Bar Mitzvah in here. And also our most precious gift for you, Seth, our blessing for you on this wonderful day, is that you are a person of responsibility, a person that welcomes and cherishes the world, a person that you talked about in that wonderful interpretation of Torah. Not just today, not just this Shabbat, but every day of your life. We'll turn to Kiddush, which is on page 604. Maybe we'll bring your siblings up here if they're up for it. And if they need an adult to come up there with them, that's fine as well. Kiddush is on page 600.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו ספרי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן.
And now we'll say Motzi together. Seth, will you lead up? Your talit is tucked on this fancy, good-looking suit. Best dressed, I think, so the green and purple. I love it. We'll say Motzi together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom.
Everyone, please head on out into the community court to say hi to somebody new and for some juice and challah. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simon tov, simon tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simon tov, simon tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simon tov,